Technology isn't the enemy, but it isn't neutral either. As a therapist, I see the risks and benefits every day. Technology connects families across distances. It gives access to education, therapy, and opportunity for adults. It can genuinely expand our world. But today, I want to offer a caution, especially about the developing brain. I see increasing cognitive overload. Studies show that heavy digital media use is associated with higher rates of anxiety and depressive symptoms in adolescents, particularly when screen time replaces sleep, in person interaction, and physical activity. We're also seeing increased reports of isolation across teens, young adults, and even older adults, despite being more connected than ever. There's also neurological data worth paying attention to as well. Some research has found that excessive screen exposure in adolescence is associated with decreased white matter integrity in areas related to language and reading development. That doesn't mean that technology causes learning problems, but it does mean that the developing brain is sensitive to what it repeatedly consumes. Sleep is another major factor. In both adolescents and adults, increased screen time has been linked to shorter sleep duration, lower sleep quality, and more nighttime awakenings. And sleep is the foundational for emotional regulation. Even more interesting, in one study, participants who played violent video games before being shown a screen of neutral faces that morphed into happy or angry faces or emotional responses, those who played those video games had a slower time recognizing the happy emotions. In other words, digital experiences can temporarily shift how quickly brain processes human emotion. So what does all of this mean? Technology is like a fire. If you overfeed it and ignore it, you create a wildfire. If you starve it completely, it becomes useless. But when you tend it carefully, it can be harnessed to build, create, and connect. Our brains are remarkable, especially growing ones. They deserve protection, intention, and real world experiences. If you or your child is noticing mental fatigue, confusion, or cognitive overload, that may not be weakness, it may be a signal. And sometimes the healthiest thing we can do is to step back long enough for our brains to reconnect with reality. I hope this is helpful. Until next time.